you are?
The man of the house.
Okay, I'll let you get that.
I'll let you drive. You want to drive?
It's my truck. I'll drive whenever I want to drive.
You just don't ever want to drive, do you?
No, not really. Hey, everyone. Good afternoon. We realize yet again we are quite late getting our traps into the ground. There is several factors in that, including the fact that we're just plain lazy and haven't gotten around to doing it yet.
I've got plenty of excuses to cover the laziness. Not lazy, I just got my reasons.
So we wanted to do a quick video on that and kind of what our process is going to be into getting those in the ground. If we're going to follow this process, that's a completely different story, but this is how we would like to get it done. I'm going to be at home with the kids. He's going to be out doing all the hard work.
Don't lie to them. We don't know nothing. We just drive around and run our yap like we know what we're doing, but we're all talk. It's no bite.
I had to laugh. He was yelling at me. He just found a bucket on the side of the road. And there's kind of a story behind this. Yesterday we were on our way home from shopping and I had a super bad headache, so I was trying to get some sleep on the way home. And I'm like just getting asleep when this guy decides to slam on the brakes and go off the road. And I was like, what on earth is going on? I thought we were either going to get into an accident or something was really wrong with my truck, or I didn't know what was going on. He stopped for a bucket. Yeah. And then, I'm like, okay, well, whatever.
I
About
needed
20
a
minutes
5-gallon
later.
bucket. And there was one on the side of the road. Perfect bucket. A Lowe's bucket. A good bucket. Wasn't going to pass it out.
About 20 minutes later, I'm just getting back to sleep again. And he does it again. For a tarp.
Always
That-
use a tarp.
It wasn't even a good tarp.
I didn't know that when I stopped. I just seen a significantly large blue tarp. Right. It's not a great tarp, but it was a tarp. And then when I picked it up, it was like torn in so many places that I don't even think it resembled a tarp anymore.
It's got good intentions, but
I've picked up several good tarps on the side of the road. Do you remember?
yes, I remember.
Okay. So stop complaining.
You had to do it when I was asleep, though. And he didn't
Should I
even
have
like
woke
do
you
it.
up?
He didn't even do it nicely, like just kind of slowly slow down and move off the road. No, he like slammed on the brakes.
I didn't want to miss it and lose where it is, or somebody else steal it.
You almost got us pulled over because that one cop passed you while you were backing up down the highway.
But he'd seen the bucket too. He understood.
Oh my
He knew
gosh.
what was going on. I don't know what you're doing. I'm a road owner. I like finding things on the side of the road.
He keeps
Tubs.
asking me.
Hey, you remember that big tub we ended up using for a water bucket for the calf?
Yeah.
Got that one on the side of the road.
He keeps asking me if he can stop and pick up dead animals on the side of the road to get the fur off.
If it was
of
cold enough, I wouldn't even ask. Some of these animals, like, I can't exactly tell how long they've been there. But, like, next month, I'm not even going to ask anymore. Like, last year, there was an otter on the side of the road. You remember that?
Yeah.
And I wanted it. But it was, like, early December, and I didn't know how long it had been there, so I didn't know if it was going to slip or if it would be worth the time.
It's really hard here. I know a lot of the trappers up north, there's snow on the ground already, and the ground is pretty well frozen. We're looking at 60-degree weather here.
It's 75. Sunny and 75.
And that says 44.
Your truck is stupid.
You're stupid.
Mine's
bigger than yours.
My feels tell me it's 75.
Your feels.
Yeah. These little things right here. They're micro thermostats. Or thermometers, not thermostats.
Oh my gosh.
I guess they are thermostats at the same time.
Don't listen to him. He don't know what he's talking about. All right, get on with your trap talk.
My trap talk?
Your trap talk.
Well, as you like to say it, I'm lazy, but I have my reasons. Number one, I wasn't done. I don't want to fix things in the field. Okay? So it's easier to fix it in the camper where it's warm.
You're not allowed to fix things in the camper, though, because you're either banging on stuff when the kids are trying to sleep, or you're welding.
Wakes the kids up. They don't need to be asleep at 9 o'clock at night. Like, it's not bedtime yet. The work's not done. If I'm still working, then everybody should be working. Right? I mean, you could have peeled potatoes while I was doing that. Made me some cornbread.
This guy's addicted to cornbread. Like, he'll have it for breakfast. We made 2 loaves of it last night.
We made the first loaf and ate it while the second loaf was cooking.
It's gotten to the point where I don't even buy the boxes of the mix anymore. We just make it from scratch because it's cheaper to do that.
And it's better for you and it tastes better.
It
They're
actually
trying
does.
to get you to do. And I end up doing it. Gosh, ain't I got enough on my plate?
I made you chili last night, so hush.
Where's my chili today?
It's all gone because you ate it all last night.
Reason number 3.
I think you're on 2.
2. It's still warm. Fur is not prime yet. There is no reason that I should go out and kill myself today for something that will be slightly more not really valuable tomorrow.
Slightly more, not really valuable.
It's not really going to make a difference, but that's the excuse I'm going with. Anywhere else, that excuse would fly. Like, it's not prime yet. But around here, it's really not going to change much.
The temperatures don't drop enough for the fur to get that thick.
I mean, they grow 2 inches of fur at night and shed it off in the morning every day. So if I catch them at night, I got really thick fur. Right? Isn't that how it works? When it's colder, they get thicker fur?
Yes.
So at night, I should be catching more animals and keeping those because the fur is thicker, and then just not trapping in the day. Is that how it works?
I don't think that's how it works. I don't think it's going to get that much thicker overnight.
I'm being a smart ass.
Oh.
I can't believe you took that and ran with it. Well, so I'm looking to have some in the ground or in the water, and sometime this week, probably the next few days, depending on how much I have on my honey-do list. Which I'm probably just going to shred the list and be like, I don't know where you put it. I don't know what needs to get done. I'm going to go hunting. Does that sound okay?
Whatever.
Are you listening?
I don't know. I just clicked on something and it started singing to me. What?
I'm looking for new buckets.
No more new buckets.
I need some more buckets.
No,
If I don't need buckets, I know somebody that does.
Okay, so what's the process going to be about trying to get these traps in the ground?
Well, I already have them all finished. I have them all welded up, chained, most of them tagged. I think.
Stakes.
What?
The stakes.
I've got all of my wolf fang stakes ready to go. I've got all my cable. I had to make a new stake driver because I come up with a new idea. Actually, I didn't come up with the idea. I learned it from an old person. And so I had to make a 4-foot stake driver instead of an 18-inch stake driver. I got most of my lures and baits ready to go. I need to set that bag of bait out of the freezer and the fish. We've got 13. There's a nice coyote.
No, you are not doing this right
I've
now.
already stopped.
Guys, this man is gonna steal my Jesus.
It wasn't there yesterday. See if I can back up without
He's seriously doing this right now.
It's perfect. I gotta show people.
We're gonna pause this video.
No, we're not gonna pause this video. Let it run.
Oh my god.
This is the way we live.
Okay, mountain man.
Yeah. I bet I put my blinker on.
And again, we are backing up down the highway.
Well, I'm on the shoulder. I'm on the rumble strips, the drunk bumps.
The drunk bumps.
Oh, it's a good one, as long as he's not like all tore up. You hadn't been there long, it doesn't look like.
This is gross.
Remember what happened last time I picked up a coyote on the side of the road?
Yeah, it wasn't dead.
Aw, some road rash. Nope, just matted and flattened. Tell them the coyote story.
Okay, so, we were driving home one night, and he hit a coyote in my truck.
He is so nice. Sorry, go ahead.
And he picked it up and threw it in the back of the truck because he wanted the fur. I'd never really seen a coyote up close at that point in my life. And so I shined the light through the back window into the bed, and the coyote's moving around. And I'm like, honey, it's not dead. And he's like, what? And I was like, yeah, it's standing up. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh, it's kind of cute. And at that point he knew it was
Too late.
too
Done.
late. Yeah.
It's over with.
So we had a
It's
pet
now a
coyote. We had a pet coyote for a little while, and surprisingly, she must have been real young, because she would sit in his lap, and she was fine with the other dogs, and then
We gave her a bath, clipped her toenails, and stitched her head where I run over her. She had like a little gash right down the middle. I guess she hit something, or I hit her.
yeah.
And I had some meat in the freezer, and that's what we fed her. And we had her for a while, a little while. She was fine.
She got out one day and she ran off, but actually she kind of stayed around. We saw her quite often after that.
Yeah, she kind of hung around the house. I mean, I say hung around. It was 6 miles to our neighbor's house, so I mean, she could have went somewhere else, but it would have took her several days.
Yeah.
So she just kind of stayed in that little area. Oh, that's a good one too. Nice thick fur. Maybe it is time to start setting still. I mean, I'm not going to be able to save the paws from elbow down. Like, I'm not going to get into the goriness, but hair down is trash. But I mean, it's a nice cape. I forgot what we were saying. They're probably going to see like, in this window right here where I just, like, threw the video.
Really? Oh my gosh.
They think we're playing. Alright, before we load this, I'll get a good picture of her. For him, I don't even know. I just kind of grabbed it because there was cars coming.
I wonder what they thought about the random guy throwing a dead coyote in the back of his truck.
It's so calm. They're used to it by now. It was a good place for otters. That's another thing. Pay attention to things. Like, she gets so mad at me because she'll be talking to me and just talking and talking and talking, and I'm paying attention. But we pass a good spot from like...
No, he's not. He's not paying attention.
We pass some good huts, some good beaver lodges, and I'm like, oh, there's one. That's a good one.
Whoa.
There's a good one. There's another one. And like ditches, culverts, stuff like that. I mean, you can't. I don't think it's legal to just set stuff on the side of the highway. Not in this area, anyways. But if push come to shove, I needed a place to trap coons or beavers or otters or like right there. There's a beaver lodge right there. Speak of the devil. It's not a real big one, but just pay attention. You might find a good coyote on the side of the road. He was not like, I don't think he's been there that long because he was still kind of loosened up, but at the same time, I think like after a while they just loosen up permanently. What?
I honestly, and this is just a thought that I had, this lifestyle that we live, we wouldn't be able to do it together.
That's another one, another coyote, but that one's trash. What?
Nothing.
Continue. I'm sorry. I just seen it was.
Yeah.
You happen
okay.
to start your sentences when I see something good, and you happen to fall asleep when I see something good.
Okay.
Can I have a drink, and I'll let you finish talking. You can't live this lifestyle without what?
The relationship that him and I have is solid. We are best friends. We tell each other everything. And it helps that we work together on things. His stuff that is his passion, I like it too. I like the hunting, I like the fishing, I like the trapping. I don't get to help him out as much as I can. Yeah, when he brings an animal home, I'll help him skin it.
She's like last year. I think I was busy with a beaver or coons or something, and I started the cat, the only cat we got last year, bobcat. I got around the claws and the knuckles for her and got it started rolling, and she finished it.
Yeah.
So
and that helps a lot. That where like I can help him pick up some of the slack, and when he's doing something, I will actively ask questions. What is this? Why are you doing this? And stuff like that, because I want to learn. And he is always more than willing to teach me. Last year
I don't like taking her fishing.
No, because
I don't care if you catch the fish or if I catch the fish, as long as somebody catches them. What I don't like is when you're like, honey, I got a fish. I'm like, I can't even get my pole in the water. Woman, like, this is not even fair. Like, fine. And then she acts like she can't get the hook out. I'm like,
oh, no, don't you give me that.
She's like, well, why you got the hook in your hand? Can you just throw another piece of like another piece of bait on there for me? Can you? I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm a sweetheart. I'll help you. There you go. And she's like, oh, I'm gonna twist it up and mess it up. Will you throw it for me? There you go. Are you good? Any more things that you need? I'm gonna go over here and fish. I get halfway to my pole. Honey, I got another one. No joke. Last year or this year, it got to a point one day where I didn't fish. I kept one pole ready for her because she would catch one. I would hand her the pole, the good pole. Like, there you go. And then I would take care of the other pole. And then that second pole would stay ready. And when she caught another fish on the other pole, Like, she would just swap poles, and then I would take care of the fish and the bait and the hooks and retie everything, and like, oh, this line's starting to get frayed, let me change it out, and I get it situated, and then she catches another fish.
Good times. I remember last year he took me trapping with him. About the one and only. Well, I say that I went out with him to check sets a few times, but we went out to. This was one of our setting days where we were going out and setting sets, and we had gotten two traps in the ground, and he asked me to hand him something. And not paying attention to what I was doing, I accidentally stepped on one of them, backed up, and set the other one off.
Yeah. Okay,
It
so
about killed me.
what I learned last season was, I mean, I didn't learn this. It's obvious that you're gonna catch coons. Like, that is one thing you cannot really get around. You're gonna catch coons no matter what you do. What I was getting frustrated about is not that I was catching coons, is that I was catching them in the wrong traps. Like, I was catching coons in my beaver traps, I was catching coons in my bobcat and coyote traps that I specifically made, like, by the book of what a coyote set should look like, a dirt hole set, or a bobcat set. And then I get up and I've got a possum in it, or a coon, and so what?
Or a skunk.
Or a skunk, which I don't.
Yeah, the skunk wasn't even in the trap, actually.
No, I don't know how that happened, but I shot him, and then when I let him air out, I realized he was never in the trap anyways. Like, I could have just walked away and he wouldn't have. But oh, your phone's ringing.
That's yours.
Who is it?
Oh, that is mine.
No, it's yours. Who is it? Just reject it. We're busy. So this year, I've tried to make sure I've got enough coon sets, coon traps specifically. I'm gonna try to double set certain areas with coon traps alongside my whatever set, my bobcat traps, or like in relatively close, you know, that way I can catch the coons in the coon trap and not this worked over bobcat set. I forgot what we were talking about, and then we jumped on traps.
I don't know.
Oh, the one thing I like when she goes with me is she sees things that I don't. Like, 4 eyes are better than 2. We were trapping private property at the end of last year, and I walked right past an awesome coon set, like in there, like there was persimmon trees, there was water, there were like oaks, acorns.
I think every time we went out to
Right.
check those, we had coons in them.
Right. And she's like, honey, are you going to set this? And I'm like, set what? And I turn around and I see it, and I'm like, yeah, we are now. And yeah, I think every day we either had 1 or 2 at the same, like doubles, every single day that we run those. And it's one of those spots where I would go to it today and could probably keep us busy on coons. But,
Yeah, coons love persimmons. That's one thing that I learned last year.
That's what they're eating in that area. Really, just about anything.
Yeah. Never let your husband talk you into catching a coon to help somebody with their coon dogs.
Yeah, they wanted a live coon just for practicing their tracking dogs, I guess. And I was like, man, I'll hook you up. I got you. So we set one. The location I was just talking about, we had a double, but one coon chewed his leg off. I mean, that happens sometimes. You just can't get around it. They do that sometimes. One one trap had a paw in it. The other trap, a big old fat boar. Big, like he would have brought a pretty penny in the fur trade. I mean,
as far as coons go.
As far as coon go, and the standards around here, he was a nice one. And I'm like, nope, I already promised him. So I don't have a cage. I didn't have my catch pole. I had gloves and a backpack.
So we stuffed him in the backpack.
So we stuffed a live coon, not like, and my trap was staked. I'm not going to pull this trap, and stuff the trap in the bag. He had one paw.
No, he had both paws in the...
No, he had one. Because I had to, like, get him by the back. I had to grab him by the back feet and hold his neck and have you release him.
Oh, yeah.
And then we stuffed him in the backpack.
He was not hurt in any of that.
Oh, no, he was fine. He was pretty pissed. But he chewed like, I had some straps in the bag. Some, like, their, like, compartment straps on the inside of the bag, and he chewed those up.
Yeah, like a month after he'd done that, he was looking at the backpack, and he's like, what happened to it? And I was like, honey, the coon. And he's
Oh, yeah. Oops.
Yeah, that was kind of sketchy. I was pretty sure one of us were going to get bit, and those things have really sharp teeth.
Yeah.
But I don't know if any other... my brother got bit by a beaver.
He almost, like, lost a calf muscle.
Yeah.
I was severely upset with him because he wasn't paying attention. And we had one that I had caught by the front foot, and she was still alive when we got there. I mean, she hadn't been in this trap very long. And so I was trying to get situated so we could dispatch her. And he walked right past her, like, within inches of her mouth. And she just, like, reached up and tried to get him, like, bite him. And I happened to catch her just in time by the tail and pulled her back. And she grabbed his pants leg and she left scratch marks on his calf muscle. And she almost, like, ripped his calf off. So he got a good talking to. And he's probably going to watch this video and laugh. And I told him about the importance of paying attention to where these animals' mouths are, because...
He kind of paid better attention after that.
Right, he did pay attention better than that. But the next day I got bit by an otter, so... I was glad he wasn't with me. He would have given me a good talking to.
Oh, goodness.
I don't know what else to talk about.
I think that's about it for now until we get the traps in the ground.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to get the traps in the ground because we'll have a lot better videos,
more to talk about, and like, and I'm no expert by any means. I learn stuff every time I go out, and I try to make sure that I learn something new every day that we go out and do this stuff, because it pays off. Stuff that I learned last year is, like, I tried it when I learned it last year, and it made a world of difference. And I haven't even got steel in the ground yet, and I'm already learning things from other trappers, watching videos.
He sits for hours and watches
Yesterday
those
when she was asleep in the truck, I put the video on in the phone holder, put it on the aux cord, the radio, turned it up, and I was kind of halfway paying attention, but I was paying attention. And I did learn something yesterday. But that and throughout the seasons, I pick up tricks of my own, like, well, I like to do it this way, but if I can just do it, just tweak that method just a little bit, it works so much better. Makes it easier on me, it's safer on the animals, it's more humane, it's just all around better for everybody. I guess when we get traps in the ground, we'll pay attention to your freaking kids. Sorry.
Yeah, people are letting their little ones like run around right by traffic, and I think it was
4 lane.
yesterday. It was raining, like sleeting. It was freezing cold outside, and there was somebody letting their kid run around outside, playing in it with nothing but like
Yeah, a t-shirt on.
a t-shirt.
I mean, he has pants and a t-shirt on.
You're asking for your kid to get sick.
Anyways, I'm done. If you're done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, guys. I don't know if we're going to have another video between now and when we get the traps